This week we're headed to Italy and doing it in a little bit of style by flying business class with Edelweiss Air. I show you what Swiss's sister airline offers, take you on a tour of the Swiss business class lounge at Zürich, and enjoy a full dinner service on an 80-minute flight. Of course I said yes. Well, good morning and a very warm welcome to Zurich International Airport here in Switzerland. Today we're flying business class from here in Zurich over to Naples in Italy. So come with me as I show you their Intra-European business class product on this very short hop from Zurich to Naples. There's something I've noticed about Swiss airports. They're stalwarts of simplicity and ease with great design and exemplary service. Everyone I encountered at Zurich was pleasant yet efficient. My business class ticket with Edelweiss gains me access to the priority ZRH comfort security lane, and I was through and into duty free in under 2 minutes. A really good experience if you ask me. The airport is really modern with a lovely design. There's plenty of shops, bars and restaurants for you to peruse, but for us today we're headed over to the newly refurbished Swiss business class lounge. Entry is via your boarding pass on these very futuristic style ticketing gates. And on the way in you can print off a unique Wi-Fi code for you to use during your stay in the lounge. There's a ground floor seating area with sofas too, and then you take the stairs up into the main lounge. And my oh my, what a design it really is. It's quite a big lounge, but has definitely nailed the cosy feel, with private work cubicles and an outside smoking terrace. There's complimentary magazines on offer too, as well as digital versions if they are your preference, through the Swiss eJournals website. There's a business centre to print documents if you need to print a replacement boarding pass or some work documents, and a silent area that's one of the best I've ever seen. Quiet, relaxing, with great views of the lounge. On the food and drink front, there's a coffee machine that seemed to offer everything under the sun, teas from the premium brand Term, a variety of fresh fruit juices, an ice bucket, wines and sparkling wines in the refrigerator, as well as a variety of sodas and beers. There's a great array of 0% spirits if you're avoiding the alcohol, as well as a good choice of red wine too. All the spirits in the lounge are on a free pour basis, and there's Eichhoff and Calendar lagers, both on draft. There's also a variety of soft drinks on tap, and still lemon and lime water too. Food-wise, there's a variety of spreads and jams with this great Swiss bread deli. I really like this, you can slice whatever you wish. There were warm, fresh croissants above it too, and a continental spread of cheeses, hams and meats. There's fresh fruit on offer, or if you're after something sweeter, there's muffins and cakes, or jam and steel-cut oatmeal. There's a variety of natural yogurts, overnight oats and a fruit salad too, as well as various cereals and bowl toppings as well. There's a snack bar with Swiss favourites like Ricola sweets and smaller versions of the onboard chocolates we got on last week's video aboard Swiss International Airlines. And to top it all off, a live breakfast cooking station where you can request things cooked to order. I went for a cheese omelette with Alpine style cheese. currently sat in the lounge in one of their little workstation pods. They're like sort of semi-soundproof pods that back on to the end of the lounge, so I thought I'd come in here and do my piece to camera. But I'm led to believe that all the Lufthansa Group airlines at the moment are kind of switcherooing between planes. So I know quite a few flights are, scheduled to operate by X and then end up operating by Y. But I suppose that's one of the big positives of having such a wide fleet and such a close integration between all these airlines within the Lufthansa Group is they're able to very quickly switch out and switch back in planes and airlines at the drop of a hat. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. At this moment in time though, we're flying Edelweiss Air in their business class. When I booked the ticket from Heathrow to Naples via Zurich, both legs had set to operate by Swiss. Now the first leg did, and you can catch a full review of that economy service last week. The link is up the top as we speak, but this second leg kept changing between Edelweiss Air and Swiss. I checked the trusty Flight Radar 24 app this morning, and that gave me the answer I was looking for. Well, it was time to finally say goodbye to the Swiss business class lounge. I really enjoyed my time in there, but it was time to head over to our gate, ready for departure over to Naples. Now, I love the great views of the airfield that you get when you're departing from Zurich Airport, and there seems to have been a lot of thought put into the design of this place. Have you ever visited Zurich Airport? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Now, Edelweiss business class customers get put into Group 1 for priority boarding, and there's a separate queue at the boarding gate for this. Today's aircraft is this 12.5-year-old Airbus A320-200, which is called Madrisa. The tail and nose are decorated with the special Red Hands livery, symbolising the partnership between Edelweiss and the Help Alliance Aid organisation. Boarding was ever so slightly delayed by around 10 minutes, but then we were down the air bridge and ready to go. Today we're in seat 1F on the very front row, and there's dedicated business class only storage above each business class seat, which is nice to see. Waiting for us on the seat is an Edelweiss branded cushion, a bottle of still Valsa Swiss water, and a refreshing hand towel. Legroom is pretty good on row 1, and in front of the seat is a literature pocket with magazine and safety card. Above the seat is a set of reading lights and personal air vents, great to see. The seats do recline as well, and there's also a manual window blind too. Oh, and the wing views are on point here from row 1. So, all aboard this Edelweiss Air A320 down to Naples. Now, boarding was a little bit late. The aircraft was late inbound, so had to be turned around and cleaned. But initial impressions of this business class cabin is quite nice. Got the front row, which is always nice, bit extra leg room and just a bit more comfort. Nobody sitting next to me because the seat is completely blocked. And the seat next to that blocked seat is also empty at the moment, as is the opposite row, so I'm the only person on row 1 at this moment in time. So I'm going to sit back, get settled in, and then I shall show you Edelweiss Air's business class product on the A320. time, and it is Billy No Mates for me on the front row. I have got the entire row to myself. So the crew have just said the service is about to start in the next few minutes, so I'll feed back and let you know what we get. For now though, just sit back, relax and enjoy this pretty nice sunny view. I have to say, the views on the way down to Naples are nothing short of spectacular, and to complement them came a further refreshing towel, the 1990s style drop-down IFE screen advertising the Edelweiss Cafe, and a complimentary bar service for the business class cabin. I opted for a Coke Zero. So about 20 minutes into the flight and lunch was served, and today we had a cold main, which was a chicken teriyaki noodle bowl with a chili mayonnaise and a pineapple and chili salsa, and it was really quite tasty for a cold dish. Not always a big fan of cold business class meals. I like hot meals, but this was quite tasty actually and had lots of flavour, and it really packed a chili punch, so highly recommend that one if you're travelling on this route in the next couple of weeks. It was served with a really hot white bread roll, which was served with butter, a small cheese plate of Swiss Gruyere cheese and a piece of brie, and dessert was a mango cream fool with desiccated coconut and ginger, and that was really tasty. Not too sweet, very, very sort of sour, punchy notes, but tasty. Really good bar selection as well on board. I opted for Coke Zero. I'm not in the habit of drinking at the moment on flights. I kind of avoid it. I'm totally lying to you though, because I drank all that alcohol on the Virgin flight and then had champagne on the Air France flight. I'm just lying to you essentially. I do drink, but only select flights. Today being a day flight, it's about midday here at the moment, so decided to opt for the soft drinks. But all in all, a really efficient service. The crew have come round and offered top-ups on drinks straight away, and more bread and more cheese if you want, so you can't say much fairer than that. So just sat enjoying the lovely views. It's really, really sunny today above the clouds. It was quite a bumpy, cloudy, horrible climb out of Zürich, but outside now it's really lovely. And I'm told the temperature in Naples is around 20 degrees, which for November is pretty good. I got a lovely cup of tea and another Swiss chocolate, which was very nice. Another chocolate. There we go. Right on cue. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Honestly, if you fly Swiss, Edelweiss, any Swiss airline, you'll just be force-fed chocolates right on cue. So yeah, it's been a lovely flight. It's been really nice. The crew have been, again, fabulous, really, really hospitable, excellent service. So if you're thinking about doing Edelweiss business class, again, think about the price, because it's not, a fully lie-flat, all singing and dancing kind of product. But I paid about £99, just over £100 I think it was actually, about £105 upgrade fee for this flight, which I don't think is too bad. Got the lounge access at Zurich and also the onboard service as well. So, gonna sign off now because we'll be starting our descent very shortly. We're fast approaching Naples, currently over Rome. I've got a little moving map above me, which is so cute because you miss them on narrow bodies, and they're rare to see. It's so old-fashioned, but I love it. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look into Edelweiss's business class service, operated on behalf of Swiss, down to Naples.
Dear guests, in a few minutes we're going to land in Napoli. Kindly ask you to stow away your tables, to place your seat back in the upright position, and to open the window blinds. Now, your entering devices such as laptops must now be safely stowed away again. willkommen in Napoli, liebe Gäste. Wir bitten Sie weiterhin eingeschlossen zu bleiben, bis wir unsere endgültige Parkposition erreicht haben und das Anschaltzeichen ausgeschaltet ist.
Was I glad I upgraded? Absolutely. From the tasty food to the warm, attentive service on board Edelweiss Air, this little 80-minute hop turned into something far more enjoyable than I'd expected, and all for what I felt was a very reasonable price. Upgrades like this are small wins, the kind that quietly elevate a short flight into a genuinely pleasant experience, and if you can secure a similar fare, I'd say it's well worth taking the opportunity. From Naples in Italy, thanks ever so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Now feels like the perfect moment to ask, if you're enjoying the adventures so far, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and come along for the ride with a growing community of fellow travellers.